Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This is Cameron here with another video for you now. Now today I'm going to go over my Elvis Presley FTD CDs and what I have so far. Now as you can see, these are the only FTDs I have to this point. I only have 6 of these FTDs. Now for those who don't know, and Elvis fans in the background, to bring you to the background, FTD is a collector's label, means Follow That Dream, named after his one of his films in 1961, 62. And they're like collector's labels, and they consist of releases of alternate outtakes, studio outtakes, live performances, and that kind of thing. From like the soundboard, or audience recordings, or multi-track recordings, in terms of the live performances, and studio outtakes as stated earlier. But they were released in limited quantities, and that makes them collectible, and basically they sell on eBay and online for like a lot of money and ridiculous prices on eBay, some of which you'll be like, whoa! But then again, you might not be so surprised by some of the prices. So, I have been quite lucky in the last year. I have found some from my local charity shops, but I've only been able to find 6 to this point. But I'm still hopeful to find more. There is quite a few I'd like to get a hold of. I'd like to get hold of some like the session outtakes, even though I've got some from the RCA and BMG releases and Memphis Recording Service releases that I have. But it was so nice to have the FTDs of some of these, and then some of the live performances as well, like from 69 to 77, things like some of the 76 shows and some of the 75 shows that I don't have in their entireties. But I have like the New Year's Eve vinyl bootleg on vinyl, the Rockin' with Elvis, which I'll just show here. There it is. This one here, which is the bootleg that came out at the time, which is Rockin' with Elvis, New Year's Eve, Pittsburgh, and this was one of the FTD's releases, but this is the audience tape. Sorry for my phone there. As stated, yeah, audience tape. A lot of FTDs have come out with audience recordings and soundboards. So yeah. But anyway, we're going to get on to it. I'm just going to show you what ones I've got to this point. So we're going to start off with Easter Special. This is a 2001 release. This is alternate outtakes from some of Elvis's gospel songs. So from like the Peace in the Valley EP to his Hand in Mine, How Great Thou Art album, the one song from the Comeback Special, and there's some songs from the gospel album He Touched Me, and one song from I think either Good Times or Promised Land albums from '73. So from 1957 up to 1973. So front cover, back, and the inside, and this picture of Elvis there. So we get March of Dimes, which is like a radio spot from '57. It is no secret, take 12. He knows just what I need, take 1. Mansion over the hilltop, take 1. Joshua Fit the Battle, take 1. I'm gonna walk them golden stairs, takes 1 and 2. No knowing to him, takes 1 and 2. Run on, take 2. Stand by me, take 2. So high, take 2. Somebody bigger than you and I, take 12. We call on him, takes 4 and 5. It's a song from '67. I don't know if it was ever on an album, but Saved, take 1 from the Comeback Special Sessions. An Evening Prayer, take 2. CDs Believe in, take 4. There Is No God But God, takes 1 and 2. He Is My Everything, take 1. Bosom of Abraham, takes 7. I Got a Feeling in My Body, takes 6 and 7. And If That Isn't Love, takes 2, 6 and 7. So that's all the takes on there. So yeah, nice release. That's been my recent FTD purchase to date. And now back to one of my early ones, and this is not a legit copy, but still it's an FTD album and it does count as FTD, so I'm going to show it anyway. But I did find it in the charity shop one day as well. Dixieland Rocks, the FTD from 2001 as well. This one is taken from me Murfreesboro show in Tennessee in May 1975 over 2 shows. I think it's got almost the May 6th show, but it does have songs from the May 7th show as the missing from the soundboard tape. This is a soundboard tape recording, rather. So what we got in here is the Also Sprach Zarathustra 2001 Space Odyssey theme, CC Rider, I Got a Woman, Amen medley, Love Me, If You Love Me Let Me Know, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, and which is quite unusual because Elvis had played that song in the 1970 That's the Way It Is shows and the Madison Square Garden 1972 shows. All Shook Up, Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear and Don't Be Cruel, The Wonder of You, which is unusual for Elvis hadn't really done that song for a while, Polk Salad Annie, Introductions, Johnny Be Good and Long Live Rock and Roll, My Boy, T-R-U-B-L, T-O-R-U-B-L-E, the hit single at that point on the Today album, I Remember You, Why Me Lord, Let Me Be There, An American Trilogy, Fairy Tale, Little Darling, Funny How Time Slips Away, Can't Help Falling in Love, Closing Vamp, Bridge Over Troubled Water, and Love Me Tender. And that's not the actual show. I think Love Me Tender and Bridge Over Troubled Water could have been performed elsewhere on the in either of the shows. The inside, as stated earlier. So yeah, it's in a nice sort of plastic case, and so I might do a reproduction, like replicate these onto a CD-R, because I do have some of the digital files saved onto my my computer, so I might do my own versions of these FTDs if I wanted to, but you know, hey ho. Next one, that was from 2001 as well. This one, next one is another live one this is from 2002. This is Spring Tour 77. This was the first FTD I bought. This one consists of live recordings from the March to the May of 1977 tours, because this was kind of done from Elvis's producer Felton Jarvis, because by 77 it was difficult to get Elvis into the studio. They had tried to get him into the studio earlier in the year in Nashville, but of course those sessions didn't happen. There had been problems trying to get him to do the Jungle Room Graceland sessions in October of 76. So they kind of, what Felton Jarvis did was he would go out on tour with Elvis, and he would record select portion songs of select shows, and this is the kind of and some of these went onto the Moody Blue album in 77. So yeah, there's the track listing up there, and there are some really unusual performances of songs in here, which I'll just read. So we get That's Alright from the Norman, Oklahoma show on the 26th. Are You Lonesome Tonight from the Norman, Oklahoma show. The first three songs are from Norman, Oklahoma on the 26th of March, which I'll just read them out. That's Alright, Are You Lonesome Tonight, and Blue Christmas. Then we get two songs from the show in Abilene on the 27th of March. Trying to Get to You and Lonnie Miss Claudie. Fever from the Alexandria show on the 30th of March. Heartbreak Hotel from Saginaw on the 25th of April. Two songs from Kalamazoo in the 26th of April, which are If You Love Me, Let Me Know, and the Soli Mio, It's Now or Never. Three songs from Ann Arbor on the 24th of April. Little Sister, Teddy Bear, Don't Be Cruel, Help Me. And then we get Blue Suede Shoes from Norman, Oklahoma on the 26th. Hound Dog from St. Paul on the 30th of April. Jailhouse Rock from the 28th of March in Austin. Polk Salad Annie from the 27th of April in Milwaukee. Bridge Over Troubled Water, two songs from Duluth in the 29th of April, which are Bridge Over Troubled Water and Big Boss Man. Fairy Tale from Chicago on the 2nd of May. Mystery Train and Tiger Man from Saginaw on the 3rd of May. Unchained Melody and Little Darling, both from Ann Arbor in the 24th of April 1977, both of which were on the Moody Blue album. So was If You Love Me, Let Me Know. And then My Way from Saginaw on the 25th of April 1977. So that was released as a single to promote the Elvis in Concert album in 77 that was recorded in the during his June tour of 77, which was his last tour before he passed. So nice little release. Quite like what they did, because you don't see that many 77 shows. Although FTD, from what I've seen, have started to release some of the 77 soundboards, although they're not complete. We have been getting the 77 soundboards, so we're kind of hopeful that we get an FTD release of the Indianapolis concert, which was Elvis's last concert. It is available on bootleg, and I have it as a bootleg on a digital file. So yeah, we hopefully will get that in like the Cincinnati show as well. So yeah, because the Elvis Enterprise estates have never released Elvis in Concert, the film shows, as a DVD or Blu-ray. But I'm kind of hopeful we get that. But then again, of course, you know, it's probably, you could probably see why they haven't released it, because Elvis didn't really look his best at that point. But still, some good performances in that. Then we get So High. This is from 2003, although it's got 2004 written on the back for some reason. I think they might have planned it for a 2004 release, but it ended up getting released in like late 2003. So yeah, this CD is of Nashville outtakes from 1966 to 68. It kind of continues on from the two previous FTDs, which were Fame and Fortune and Studio B. outtakes, which consists of national session outtakes from the 60s, and this is the kind of third part of that trilogy. The back. There's the inside. You get some pictures. That's Elvis with his producer Felton Jarvis, and that's Elvis with the Jordanaires, I think, or his backing vocals, and that's Millie Kirkham, who was one of his backing singers. Songs there. So we get, hang on, we get Run On Take 6, Stand By Me Take 2 from a previous volume, edition, sorry, Down in the Valley Take 6, Tomorrow's a Long Time Take 2, Love Letters Take 8, So High Take 1, By and By Take 9, Somebody Bigger Than You and I Take 11, Without Him Take 1, If the Lord Wasn't Walking By My Side Take 6, Come Up May Take 2, I'll Remember You Take 2, quite interesting to get an outtake of that, Guitar Man Take 9, Mine Take 4, Singing Tree Take 1, Just Call Me Lonesome Takes 3 and 4, High Heel Sneakers Take 5, You Don't Know Me Take 2, We Callin' Him Take 2, You'll Never Walk Alone Take 1. And you get a jam, which I think is just basically Elvis jamming. Stay Away Take 6, US Mail Take 11, Too Much Monkey Business takes 4 and 10, and Going Home Take 29. So that's that, F1. And so yeah, nice little FTD, and I bought that one the same day that I bought the Spring Tours FTD. So I kind of got these two are my first FTDs that I owned. So it's quite cool. Then we get Elvis on Tour, the rehearsals released in 2004. But again, my copies get 2005 in the back. So they might have intended it for a 2005 release, and then it came out in late 2004, December 2004 to be exact. Back. Now I know this is probably redundant now because we've got the Elvis on Tour box set, and I have the Elvis on Tour box set, but still nice to have this. A lot of rehearsal tapes from like the March of '72 before Elvis's April tour. So the ones, and some of these were performed on that tour, but there were some ones that never got performed on that tour, or never performed at all really. So we get Proud Mary, Polk Salad Annie, CC Rider, Big Hunk of Love, Johnny Be Good, Young and Beautiful, which was a song from the Jailhouse Rock film that Elvis never played live, Love Me, Hound Dog, For the Good Times, El Paso, which is like a Marty Robbins song, Funny How Time Slips Away, Help Me Make It Through the Night, Release Me, Burning Love, Always on My Mind, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, Never Been to Spain, and Separate Ways, which Elvis never did on that tour. And in actual fact, Elvis had actually just recorded that song, Separate Ways, which was later I think the B-side of Always on My Mind, or the A-side rather of Always on My Mind. So I've not heard this one yet, but I haven't really heard all my Elvis FTDs. I've yet to do that, but I'll definitely give it the chance. So yeah, as I say, I know this will probably be a bit redundant now because we've got the Elvis on Tour box set, which has a lot of the rehearsals, but still nice to find this. And then the last one I have to show is this one, Made in Memphis. This is from 2006. This has Memphis session outtakes from 1969 to 1976. And it's also got a little bonus thing at the end with Elvis recorded at Sam Thompson's house, which Sam Thompson was the brother of Elvis's girlfriend Linda Thompson at the time. And Sam, I think, was also later on Elvis's Memphis Mafia as one of Elvis's bodyguards. So yeah, quite a cool little historical thing there. There's the inside there, and there's a picture of the American Sound Studios, which Elvis had his 1969 sessions there, which it recorded in the Ghetto, Suspicious Minds, Kentucky Rain, Don't Cry Daddy, and the from Elvis in Memphis albums and Back in Memphis albums. Yeah, some great sessions he recorded there. So yeah, we get In the Ghetto, take 13. You'll Think of Me, take 8. Do You Know Who I Am, take 4, which are from the 1969 sessions. Then we go into 1973 at the Stack sessions, which with If You Don't Come Back, take 5. Free Corn Patches takes 5 and 6. Find Out What's Happening takes 7. It's Midnight take 11. Thinking About You take 3. You Asked Me to take 1. And then we get into the 1976 Jungle Room sessions at Graceland, but just the February sessions, not the October sessions. Solitaire takes 7 with Talk from takes 6 and 7. She Thinks I Still Care takes 3 and 4. Moody Blue takes 6. Bits of the Harder They Fall take 1. Love Coming Down take 4. For the Heart take 5. And then we get into the tape at Sam Thompson's house, which are Baby What You Want Me to Do, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, Spanish Eyes, CC Rider, and That's Alright. quite interesting that he did a little version of that song, his first ever Sun single. And it's even got Elvis's Ode to a Robin poem as well, which is quite funny to listen to. This was back in the days when FTD weren't censoring a lot of Elvis's material, because nowadays they seem to be editing and censoring a lot of some of Elvis's dialogue. Like the Guitar Man sessions 67 68, that was been very heavily edited, especially the Going Home outtakes, because Elvis used a lot of cuss words and some funny, but I can see why they probably did it. But it's the other part of me that kind of goes, no, you shouldn't really edit things. You should leave things as they are and make them, because they were recorded complete, not edited that way. So yeah, that's kind of that. So anyway, those are all my Elvis FTDs to this point as of this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. May do an update if I ever get any more FTDs, but you never know. But with the ones I've got thus far in the charity shops, I kind of feel hopeful that more will come in the future. Hopefully, I might get lucky. You never know. There could be an unexpected one day. I could be in one of my local charity shops, and boom, there's an Elvis FTD, or maybe there's loads of Elvis FTDs on the shelf, and I'll be like, yeah, no brainer, because a lot of these I've been able to find for like £1 or a couple of pounds, which is pretty good. So yeah, and I bought, and a little side note as well, which I should have said earlier, I got these three kind of together the same day. So yeah, so that's it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and hope I'll see you again for another video. But should I not see you for another video, have a good Christmas.